Steve, how are you? Paul, hello.
Oops, I forgot to turn on my mic. I'm sorry. Lol. Okay, how is everyone? Just wait for a couple more people to arrive if they're going to arrive. And hi, Mark. One second now. Is the sound okay, or is it too loud, or what? Everybody happy? Good, good. Oh, you've just done a really long project, Paul. Good man. What you making, or is it a secret? Hi, Holly. How are you? Yuval, I've just sent a link if you want to join. It's up to you, buddy. First segmented piece. Hi, Dap. How are you? Full of celebs. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I'll just show you what I've been making while we're waiting for people to arrive. So I started Buzz, as you all, well, you probably all don't know. Oh, did I say it in the video? I can't remember. I'm making Buzz Lightyear for the collaboration video. Oh, I did. I put it on the. It's on the title. But this is the first part of it. Don't know if you can see that. I'll hold it there for a while until the video catches up. Good man, Yovel. That's good. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So yeah, that's the. Sorry, that is the breast part of Buzz Lightyear. I've got holes in here ready for the arms, both sides. I've hollowed out the bottom. That's the next part that we're working on this evening, which will be kind of the springy part of his body underneath the breast part, the black part. I have a bit of walnut in the lathe, and I have the top drilled out as well at the top, because I'm gonna, if we have time, I'll start it. I don't know if we will. I'm gonna start the shroud that comes down, and then it kind of curves up here, which is kind of the body armor. Is all going to slot on top then. So it's all going to be different sections, and I'm just going to slowly build him. I'm thinking that he's probably going to be, let me see, I'd say he's probably going to be around about 14 inches tall, I'd say, by the time he's finished. So a big model, but go big or go home, right? So yeah, that I've made a start, and like I said, the next section is the base. I can't put any pictures of Buzz up on YouTube for you to see, unfortunately. But if you just go and Google him, you can kind of follow along. If you put a picture of Buzz up, and you can follow along with what I'm doing. Now, you're trying to get me to swear on YouTube, Mr. Bard Stirs Craft. Have you got a name, sir? I will get started in just 1 second. Okay, we got 14 so far. That's all right. Mr. Steve French, I just sent you a link. If you care to join, you're quite welcome. Okay, Paul. I'll stick to Paul. Good one, though. Now, come on. It looks okay, Dave. It looks okay. I sent you a link, Dave, if you want to join. Did you see it? Yeah, Paul will do. No problem, Steve. No bother at all. Universal Discovery in the house. Everybody click on that and go and follow Universal Discovery. Great channel. He is not been up very long, not many videos yet, but I love the concept. He interviewed me. He is interviewing YouTubers, so that's a channel. He's also had some good news recently, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say or not. Okay, so what does everybody think about the Make It Matter campaign so far? No bother, Dave. Anytime, no rush. No. Did you, Lydia? Let me just check it out. No, it's still there, Lydia. I will see if I can put a link on. Hey, Rob. Did you get home? There you go. There's a link. Lydia, you can click on that if the other way's not working. Bloody great idea. Thank you, Daryl. Thanks, Paul. Steve, you're going to have to like the idea because you're in the thick of it now. Thank you, Lydia. I wouldn't quite go far as to say as genius, but we do what we can do. Hey, Carl. How are you? Thank you for joining. Okay, so we've got a few here. I can. Hi, Brendan. One second now, just a slight technical hitch. Oh, I've lost me. Oh, it's I got it. It's okay. It's all good. Okay, right. I'm going to get started. I just for those of you that just joined us, I will just show you again where I'm at. I started Buzz today, Buzz Lightyear, for the Make It Matter collaboration that I'm doing with several other YouTubers, some of which are in the chat there, and you all know them very well. In fact, you've probably been following them a lot longer than you've been following me. But anyway, so this is where I have got to so far. I started on the main body. As I said just now, it's going to be a big model of Buzz because I really wanted to kind of put as much detail into it as I can, just to put a little bit more pressure on myself. So this is the main breast. If you all go and just get a Google picture of Buzz, you'll see what I'm talking about. I can't put a picture up on YouTube just in case I'll get caught for copyright. So yeah, this is the main breast part. So his head will be here, okay? And the part that we're going to work on this evening is going to be kind of the black springy part that goes underneath his body, just above the legs. But this is a piece of Irish ash. And as you can see, I've put a hole right through the middle because on each of the pieces, I'm going to put pegs that actually glue into the center there. You'll see in a second when I bring the camera down. So that's the bottom where the next section is going to slot in. Then I've drilled out the sides for the arms, so they're ready for when I turn the arms, and I'll probably make dowels or something like that to slot in. Now, if you look at his body as well, he kind of has balls for there's like big round balls for his shoulders. So I'm probably going to turn some spheres, mini spheres, and put them and glue them in there as part of, and that will start his arms off then. And then I have the top here. It's just smoothed off, ready for another cap piece. If you look on his body, you'll see there's another section where his helmet goes over his head. It has a breastplate that comes here, and then there's two purple stripes here. So I'm going to make two purple heart stripes to go here. And then I think they're green. The breastplate is green that comes around here. So that will be a cap that's going to slot over the top because it goes around the back as well where his wings are. So I'm just going to make a cap that slots down over the top of this piece again before the head goes on. Hopefully that's what I'm planning. Anyway, so that's the start. Yes, Lydia, he is hard to make, but Carl is making Woody. In fact, they're all just as hard. I mean, Mr. Potato Head's not going to be easy. Pat is making Pat Lap is doing Mr. Potato Head. So anyway, I'm going to bring the camera down and I'm going to show you where I'm at with the next part of his anatomy. Is the sound and everything okay, guys? Yeah. Ah, Carl, how are you? Sorry, I didn't see you there. How are you? I'm just going to turn my sound up, sorry. Thank you for joining. Is your microphone on, Carl? Hold on 1 second. I will just go into my manager and make sure I've got you on. Not a very good cameraman. Sorry, Carl, 1 second. You should be working. I've got your microphone on. We'll check now because Dave has just joined us as well. So.
Hey, all right. Can you hear me?
Ah, that's better.
There you go.
Was it your end? It was.
Yeah, I think so. I had the Twitch microphone setting up.
Okay. Hi, Dave. Ah, that's better. Was it your end? It was. Okay, so I'm going to carry on. Okay, sorry about that, guys.
Hello, Steve. Hello, Carl. Hello, everybody.
Hitches. Okay, so I'm going to take Carl off because it's just Carl now. Okay, so I'm going to get started now on this. This is the next section of the body. So I'll just explain how this is going to work. I have turned a peg just here to go into the bottom of my base, and that is a nice tight fit there now. So that will glue into there eventually. Now I've got to get my pencil. I have got to just take the carver and the power carver and just take just a small section out here. It's just like a chamfer that will come in here like this. If, like I say, if you look at Buzz Lightyear, you'll see, and then also at the back will be cut out there as well. At the moment, that's just sanded and then finished with Yorkshire grit. I've just to get a smooth finish on it. This cylinder has just got to be turned down slightly smaller than it is at the moment, because again, if you look at Buzz, this looks as if it's a complete separate part to the body, as if it's all kind of moving and floating around inside his body, because obviously that's where he kind of bends. And then we've got to try and make this look kind of springy, but I'm just going to do that with a few coves and beads and stuff like that. So we'll get started, and the lads can keep you entertained. Yuval, how are you? You're very welcome.
Hey, you all.
Guys, chat away, and I'm going to.
Hey, Carl. Don't know if you guys can hear me.
Yep, I can hear you.
Hear me?
Yep. I'm to be honest with you, I'm not sure how this works. I mean, this is just a hangout.
Okay, so I'm just using the 1/4-inch spindle gouge there. And I'm going around.
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
3,000 on this lathe. We're doing about 2,000 there. I'm just going to actually bring my tailstock up just to give it a bit of support. I don't want it popping off and smacking me in the eye. And like I say, I've just got to shape this a little bit to make it look more more body-like, because I don't want it too square looking.
Yuval, have you been on here before?
Nope, first time.
Okay, yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not
I
sure.
just want to see how that looks.
Can everybody on
Inside the
YouTube
body.
hear
I
us?
just want
Or
to make sure that it looks as if it's. I've put the peg up through the center rather than just gluing this main block into this block, because it's going to have this carved out, so you're going to see the front part of it, and I want it looking as if it's a separate piece. If it was a tight mortise and tenon, then it just wouldn't look right. It would just look like two blocks stuck in. So I still want to keep it character of the body. I've got the volume off on you guys, by the way, so I can't hear you chatting because it gives you feedback. So I'll turn back on and talk to you in a little while. Okay, guys.
I wasn't sure whether everybody on YouTube could hear us or not. This was the first time.
Okay, so we're going to do a few coves and bees. I need to decide how big I want this. And looking in proportion of his body, just want to. I just got the image on the computer here, so I'm just looking at it. Yeah, so the black part is actually quite small in proportion to the rest of the body, so I don't need it too. I don't need it too thick. So I'd say probably around about there would be big enough. I'll just put a mark in there so I know what I'm working to. Okay, now I can start working on my design of how I want the body, the spring part to look like. And it's literally just, looking at the picture, it is just literally sorry, literally just looks like a concertina, just like an accordion. So just a few tight beeves and codes, I say, would be the way to go. And I'm probably going to try and do it with a skew, which is stupid brave of me, but there you go. And I want to try and, I don't want them all looking exactly the same, because I want it to look as if it's squashed or it's kind of moving. Now I'm going to, when I reverse this on the chuck later on to part it off, I'm going to hollow out the underneath of it as well slightly. I I'm going to drill a hole through so that the next section will have a pin on it as well, and it'll all slot together. But I'm also going to put hollow it out just slightly because I want to try and make this as light as possible.
Did you already start yours, you all? Can you hear me, you all? It looks like from the, I don't know what picture you're looking at, Steve, but it looks like there's only like 3 or 4 of them recording it. You can hear me.
I think the skew is the only way to go when you're doing really tight beads like this, because the gouge tends to be a bit too big to try and get in the little little coves. Get a good cut as well. Take a look at that and see. Okay, that's kind of looking cool. I like the figure in it and the grain. It kind of gives it a real springy look. Let's see how you're all doing. I'll turn the volume on so I can hear you.
Oh, yeah, I was saying, can you hear me, Steve?
Yeah, I can hear you, yeah.
I'm not sure what picture you were looking at online. It looks like there's only like 3 or maybe 4 beads.
Yeah, I've got, is, if you look at him, he's the one I have, he's kind of got his hands on his hips and he's leaning backwards.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you can see more of them. Okay.
So you can see 4 of them, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the bottom of this at an angle.
Oh, to make it look, okay, cool, cool.
Yeah, so it looks as if it's tilted back, if you can understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah, cool. Yeah, I think I missed that part.
Yeah, so in the end, you'll only see kind of that section.
Right, right. Okay.
Yeah.
I got it now.
Hopefully, that's the plan anyway. So I don't know. I kind of like the woods. It's dark enough. I think once it gets the finish on it, it'll be dark enough. I think. Yeah. I'm going to add just maybe a little bit of green for where the comes around, and maybe I'm going to use purple heart, as I said earlier, for the 2 stripes. So we'll see. I really don't want to use any color because I kind of like the natural look of it. So I'm going to see how it goes. How are we doing with chat? Have we got anybody left? What's up, Paul? You're having technical issues. Rob, I sent you a link if you want to jump on, buddy. Okay, so I will continue with this. Why does everybody message and talk to you when you're live? Do you get that, Carl? Do you?
Do I what?
Do you get people messaging you and trying to talk to you when you're live? Okay, right. So what I've done here is I have put a 10 on this side so that I can reverse this round. I suppose it's a handy tip for you all to know, that especially the guys that haven't been turning very long, is to always kind of think your next step. Because I mean, when I was learning, I'd get this lovely piece all finished on the outside and really nice, and then I'd look at it and think, how am I going to put that back on the chuck? And completely forget that you've got to turn it round, or you've got to do something on the bottom, or so always kind of think your next move of how you're going to chuck up the piece once you've parted it off, if you need to at all. I'm going to mute you again if you don't mind, because you do get feedback.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to carry on with the skew. Just at the bottom here, I'll get my picture up again so I don't get lost. And I'm going to try and go maybe just a small bit deeper with those, and then I'm going to call it done. I'll give it a bit of a sand, and I can part it off then. Nearly made the vital mistake of not putting that back up. My tailstock is a little bit noisy at the moment because the bearing has gone on it on the live center, so it's making a bit of noise.
Can you hear me now?
Is that you, ball?
Yeah, I tried to switch from the mic and headphones from my phone to my computer, because it seems that the YouTube video is about 20-25 seconds in delay, while the Hangouts is pretty live.
Okay, I like that.
I'm not sure what's going on here. This is the first time on the Hangout during the live show, so I don't know if it's or not.
Yeah. Just got one there that I've got to just shape, and then we'll call it done.
My wife is asking, who am I talking to at that ungodly hour?
Yes, everybody can hear everything you say. What?
Okay, so I'm not finishing any of the parts with any finish yet. Like I say, all of the parts that I'm making, I'm going to be able to put back onto the lathe. I haven't decided how I'm going to finish them yet, with what finish. So any parts that I can put back on the lathe, I'm not going to give a final finish yet. Like I say, with the skew, you get a really good cut once you've had a bit of practice with it. For most part, up until a month ago, I was getting some really good catches with it. And this is a piece of walnut. I'm very limited on what woods I can get here in Ireland. I can get any wood I want if I order it online, but it's really expensive to get wood. So I make do with what I have. This is actually a piece, I think, that David Richard Dooley gave me at UKIS last year. So and of course, I wouldn't be a very good salesman if I didn't say I wasn't using Yorkshire grit. But Yorkshire grit is a pretty amazing part of the arsenal when you're wood turning. Especially as I don't have any extraction in this small shed. I did a test the other day on just using my cell phone in my main workshop, in my proper workshop, as we say. But it just wasn't a great connection. I decided to go against it because I want a half decent feed anyway. I mean, it's not great here. Ireland is just so behind with everything at the moment. Well, always has been. So hopefully we'll catch up one day. You guys will be on hoverboards when we get electric cars. Right. Okay, let's sand it up to 220, I think that one is. 240. I like the grain. Like I said, the grain makes it really look like it's a spring. And we'll put a little bit of sand in sealer. I was on a live feed last night, or the early hours of this morning, and I'm just going to put the sound back on because you guys can jump in here. Carl, do you use sanding sealer at all for before you put any product on your pieces?
I don't. I never have. I know a lot of people. I know Mike uses it all the time, but I haven't even played around with it. But I know he uses it all the time, and you get a great finish on it.
Yeah, Yuval, do you use sanding sealer?
Well, I couldn't find any decent sanding sealer here in Italy in any of the shops. So lately I've been trying out using boiled linseed oil before I'm using the Yorkshire grit.
Okay.
I talked to Glenn about it. He said that it's perfectly fine. It's just to prevent the wood from leaching the liquids from the Yorkshire grit. So if it works.
Yeah. There was a couple of guys on the feed last night were saying that in the States especially, they don't use much sanding sealer at all now. I was quite surprised to hear that, but I suppose it.
Yeah, I don't know why it's so hard to get any sanding sealer, any commercial type sanding sealer here in Italy.
Yeah. Well, the one I'm using here, it's an acrylic sanding sealer, and it's a chestnut product. It's okay, just with the likes of this. When you've got beads and coves, you have to use a brush just to get it into the into place. But I just find if I don't use sanding sealer, especially with a lot of the woods I have here, I don't know whether it's to do with climate or humidity or what. The Yorkshire grit doesn't work as well without it. I don't know why. I've used boiled linseed oil as well, and that does work nicely.
So you put the sand before the Yorkshire grit?
Yes.
And then just buff it off.
Yeah, because so I'll do this now. I'll let it dry, which it doesn't take long at all, and you can actually feel the grain being raised by the sanding sealer.
Right.
And once the grain's raised, I just give it a light. I don't know if I've got my pad here. Actually, I might not have brought it from the other workshop. Normally, what I do is I've got like a scouring pad, which is a really fine. That will take off any burrs that are left from the sanding sealer, and then I'll go with the Yorkshire grit, and it just seems to give a really good finish. I mean, you don't even have to use the pad; you can just go straight with the Yorkshire grit, and it. I don't know. It just seems to do a better finish. It just seems to do it'll nearly be a finish itself. It'll be shiny, you know.
Nice. Yeah, like I said, I've never tried it.
Okay. Now I'll take a sip of coffee while that's drying. I'm just going to have a look at the chat. Is there anybody still there, or have they all gone? Terry Sykes said catchy. Did I get a catch? I don't remember getting a catch. Hi, Michael. How are you? Oh, cold coffee. Okay. So I am going to put some Yorkshire grit on this and buff it off, and then I'll part it off.
Carl, I think we're the lucky one. We're getting Steve properly live while YouTube is getting it 20, 30 seconds with delay.
Right. Yeah, I saw that. I noticed when he was reading the comments too, he was behind quite a bit.
Yeah, I get a big delay here. Like I say, the internet connection. It's really windy here this evening as well in Ireland. It's always windy here in Ireland, but it's exceptionally windy tonight, so that really does affect it. And also, when you've got as many kids as I've got, they're all on the cell phones and the computers and stuff like that. So that brings down your bandwidth as well. So
yeah, tell me about
but
it.
You can't tell the family to not use. Right, everybody read a book. I'm going live.
Well, it might be a good excuse to start them on books.
Yeah, I can imagine how that will go.
Yeah, I just bought my daughter like 5 days ago the first and second Harry Potter books in Italian. So
okay. And are they English speaking and Italian speaking, Joel? Are they?
no, almost exclusively Italian, some Hebrew.
Okay, very good. Okay, so that's got it into the nooks and crannies. And you've seen me do this before, guys. It's just literally just a matter of slowly buffing it up. Woodturner's never got any thumbnails because they always use them for pushing the sandpaper and the towel into the grooves. Bring the speed up a wee bit. I don't know if you can see that with the camera. I've kind of made a bit of a shape with the tissue to get into the coves. And I haven't put any Yorkshire grit down where, because I'm still doing experiments to see which glues take to Yorkshire grit and which don't. CA seems to stick to Yorkshire grit, I've found. But you have to have patience with it. Okay, we'll see how that looks. That's nice. And like I said, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where I'm going with finishes yet. So, I don't know if you guys can hear that wind, can you?
I thought it was you breathing.
Well, you know about that, Carl.
Yes, I do.
Carl does a great impression of Darth Vader on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Twitch. I'm just going to run the skew. Just there's a little bit of Yorkshire grit just stuck in the bottoms. I suppose I could get that with a wire, but
I just got around today to watching Carl's Spaceballs tribute.
oh
It
yeah,
was not bad.
I won't pretend I know what you're talking about, to be honest with you, because like I've said before, I know nothing about Star Wars and Spaceballs. I still haven't attempted to look at the films. So
Yeah, Spaceballs. I think it's like 25 years old.
Yeah.
okay, okay. So I'm going to part that off now and turn my mic off.
So, since Steve turned his mic off,
Oh,
Carl, can you remind me what part is working on exactly right now?
yeah. It's so the chest of Buzz Lightyear. Right underneath the chest, there's a little spot in there before it goes into the legs, and it looks like an accordion. You know that.
Right. Yeah.
So what he's going to do is, because I wasn't quite sure, but he's going to cut it at an angle so that just a fat part of it sticks out. So it looks like he's leaning back.
Good. Okay. So now I know what he's doing.
Oh, have you started on yours yet?
No, no, I didn't have any time, and I'm also working tomorrow and the day after and the day after that. But after that, it's the first thing I'm doing. I actually cleaned my shop today for the occasion.
Nice. Oh, yeah, I haven't started on mine yet, but I will probably this weekend. I'm going to start working on it as soon as I'm done with the project for Friday. And yeah, I got a bunch of little pieces to do for it, and I hate duplicating stuff, so it's gonna be a pain. So his arms look.
Yeah, I thought that my choice doing the ham character was going to be simple because it's basically a few spheres and a spigot, but the further I looked into it, I'm going to have to make some very interesting looking parts and then put them all together.
And here we go.
I'm probably going to make also a small hat, so you could either have the ham character or evil Dr. Porkchop.
Cool. So yeah, I don't know if you can see that. You can.
Yep.
So like I say, once I carve this out, you'll see just the top of that. And then obviously I've got to do a little bit of shaping on this. I'm going to probably put it on the sander or on the bandsaw and just cut it at a slight angle just to give his hips shape. But that's how I'm going to go about it. I'm going to reverse this around back onto the chuck then and drill the hole for the bead, for the dowel that's going to be on the next section, which will be the hips, and that will slot on. And I'll just slowly build each piece on.
It's going to be pretty big. It's done. At least.
Yeah, I think I worked it out. It's going to be around about 14 inches tall.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it'd be kind of a nice
those
piece.
Two pieces connected.
Sorry, Yova?
Those two pieces connected together, it's looking good. You can see the actual shape of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the I kind of like the contrasting colours as well. I think it looks okay. I like the way the walnut has darkened up now. I was a bit worried that it wasn't going to be dark enough, but I think it's okay. Sorry, Carl. Yeah.
I think Woody is taller than Buzz, so I'm going to have to make him about 24 inches.
Yeah, no one said we're going to work on the on a unified scale here.
Carl's is going to be just the size of a small child.
Oh.
Good luck shipping that one, Carl.
Right? Oh, I was just looking for a picture of both of them together.
No, he's smaller. I think he's about 2/3, maybe 3/4 of Woody's height.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck with that, Carl.
Well, it's something we don't have to worry about, Carl, because unless one person buys all the characters, they're never going to be together. So.
Probably not.
Mind you, the way Robin's talking, she's going to buy the whole lot of them.
Did she finally come on?
Pardon?
Did she finally come on the chat?
I'm not sure if she's on the chat, but when she was talking about Woody.
Yeah, she's on the chat. I can see her.
Okay. Yeah, when you were talking about Woody, I think she was hoping. Robin, hey, Robin. I think you were hoping you were going to end up with Woody when it was finished, but then Steve threw a spanner in the works and said it's going to go to charity. So. So I've reversed that in the chuck, like I said, and because it's very thin on top now, I just want to do a slight. I don't want to over tighten it. And this isn't the best chuck in the world either. I have I hear the happy couple are chatting each other up in the chat now. I'm going to go and get my wife now. Feel left out.
You can have all the kids.
Everybody go and get your other half, and you can whisper sweet nothings in each other's ears.
Yeah, my wife is already pooped out in the bed. In bed.
What time is it there, Yavel?
11:30.
Okay, so you're an hour on us.
Yeah.
Okay, so sorry, yeah, I've just seen it's 10:30, so I'm not going to do any more on this. I will bring the camera up so that you can see my ugly face. Hopefully. There you go. And I shall put that piece back together again, and we can I'll take it out of the chuck, and I shall carry on with that. I'm back to work tomorrow. I've just had 2 weeks off for Christmas, and I'm back to the school tomorrow. So nice tight fit. So there you go, guys.
Cool.
Looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's coming together. There's a few tricky parts. I think I added it up. I think it works out between 30 and 40 pieces. If I'm going to section off the arms and things and actually have them jointed, I'm not sure. It depends on how I work the dowels and things like that. Are you making Woody move, Carl, or is it just going to be a fixed model?
I think I was just going to have it fixed. And maybe the head and the arms will swivel a little bit, but I'm not going to. I was going to try and do it to where all the joints move, but I don't think it'll look like him if we do, because the legs and arms are just a pleated joint. They're not,
Yeah.
a socket.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, because well, I just, when I was testing with mine as well, to put joints into it, a lot of intricate turning and working as well, because they just get so small at the joints.
Yeah.
Unless you make a really huge model, obviously.
No, I was lucky in that respect because the hand character is the way he moves his head a little bit, but his legs are completely stiff, and he's got those small fingernails that are stiff. So good for me.
Yeah.
I've just realised that you guys not been on the. I've not had you on
the what?
Camera.
Well, no, you didn't have us on camera, which is just fine with me. I don't mind.
I don't even know how to do it. Carl, do you know how to do that on Hangouts, do you?
I had no idea anybody could hear me until about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was just a chat with you or a hangout with you. I didn't realize it. Robin came in and she goes, everybody can hear you.
No, he put us live on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. If I'm going to be live, you're going to be live.
Oh. Well, I went over there and I didn't see that we were, our picture was up there. I just didn't realize everybody could hear us.
Oh, right. Well, I'm getting used to this this Hangouts thing. I'm new to it, so.
Are you streaming it through like a program like OBS?
No, I'm just doing it through Google Hangouts. When you go live on YouTube, it just puts you straight through to Hangouts.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's very handy. There's no.
I'm gonna have to see if I can use my cell phone as a camera for YouTube Live if it works the same, because I'm using my camera for watching you on YouTube and for the chat, and I'm using my wife's laptop to see you guys on the Hangout. So, and I got the tablet on the table waiting to do something else. I don't know what I'll do with it, but
Yeah. When I set this up, I just didn't have a clue what I was doing. I literally had to go live a couple of times just to see what people see, if that makes sense, because I just couldn't picture in my head how it was all working. I'm still getting used to it. I think I'm finally getting there. But David Dooley has just joined. Hi, David.
Robin said you need to move the microphone up. We can barely hear you.
Oh, Robin's getting back at me now for this is payback. Robin, are you going to do a poem?
There we go. That's better.
Perfect. Guys, do you have any questions about Make It Matter? Do you have any questions for the lads in the panel? Do you have any questions at all? I'm going to go for about another 5 minutes, and then I'm going to, because like I said, I'm back to work tomorrow, and there'll be a lot of tired and irritated children in the classroom tomorrow. Sorry, Yovo.
no, I said we've got Brandon here with us on the Hangouts.
All right, okay, 1 second. I've got.
We were missing an Irish
Hi, Brendan.
accent.
How are you?
Hi, Steve. Hi, Carl. Hi, Yuval.
Hey.
You all know each other anyway, do you? You do.
We do.
Yeah.
Good.
Job looks like it's coming along nicely.
It is, yeah. I'm just, I keep pushing the wrong button on these things, and I end up with losing one person. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jim, for joining us. Good night to yourself as well. Chat is saying
Fucking big lag.
yeah, so I think Make It Matter is doing okay. I'm throwing a few small videos and things up on Facebook at the moment. I put Carl's up and I put Pat's up today. I don't know if you saw Pat's time-lapse video today. So the plan is that each maker that's involved is going to get a time-lapse of the character that they are making. And boy, that was a lot of work drawing those characters, I can tell you. Copyright sucks.
So did you figure out how you're going to do the auction yet?
I have the auction page set up already on my web page. It was to put it onto a web page. I couldn't do it through Facebook at all. They have no option of doing it unless I just held an auction myself and said, right, start bidding now. But that would be really hard to control.
Yeah.
What I've done is I've just made a Make It Matter page on my own website rather than I might eventually make a new website for Make It Matter, but I just want to see what direction it goes first. But for now,
you can always put them on eBay.
May not.
Yeah, the thing is, if you put it on eBay, again, it's really hard to control, and not only that, eBay are getting a chunk out of the money too.
Yeah, that's right.
And the way I'm doing it, 100% of what is raised will go to the charities, which is a better way of doing it. I mean, a lot of charities have overheads and stuff like that, and by the time you actually get the money, it's not a big amount. So to try and get as much into it, and there are a couple of makers have said that it's going to be expensive for them to ship, and I understand that. Not everybody can afford that. So all I'll do is, whatever the cost of the item is, I will just take out of what we sell the piece for. So I'll take a percentage off and just pay for the shipping for whoever. just so that it's not coming out of anybody's pocket if they can't afford it.
That's nice of you.
So yeah, I've heard of a couple people doing some like auctions on Instagram, and I'm not sure how that works or whether they just go through their website with them. But yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. No. I hadn't thought of Instagram. I'm still getting used to Instagram as well, to be honest with you. So many social medias to try and keep. You'd never have time to yourself.
Right.
I think that's why you pay Robin so much money, I think.
Right.
Right, I'm going to... oh, the mic has slipped again. Sorry, Lydia. That's because I'm shy. Right, well, I tell you what I'm going to do, guys. As I said, I've got work tomorrow, and that's done. Thank you, Kyle, for joining. It was a pleasure to have you join the panel.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
To be honest with you, I was a bit starstruck when you came on.
Yeah, we all are.
Yovo, thank you very much as well. It's been a pleasure to have you on, and you're always all very welcome every week. Brendan, thank you for joining as well. I don't know if your microphone's working.
It is. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, it is. Cool.
I'll see you guys next week again, I hope.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll send a link to you guys anyway, and if you're available, then jump on. If not, that's a good thing about this. You can jump on and off however you want.
Perfect.
I didn't even know you could do it.
So thank you very much. Thank you to everybody there on YouTube. Had quite a good viewing tonight, which was brilliant. Thank you. And thank you for all the likes. One day I'm going to learn how to download these videos and edit them a bit and put them back up and make them a little bit nicer, because I know it's annoying to watch the actual live feeds back. But thank you, guys, and I shall see you next Sunday.
Right,
thanks for joining me. Bye, guys.